Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known by BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, in the county, in the state of Tennessee. Today is early Sunday morning, February the 23rd, 2020. And it's time 2:55 a.m. First day, thank all my family, my support for your continued care and support. I'm continuing to keep myself employed right here in the Memphis tri-state area. I'm continuing further my education, moral college online to continue to pursue my social degree study, being administrative contract tomorrow at the BrightShine. Take a break from going to school in the very near future. I will be going back to Moral College Online to continue to pursue my social degree study, being administrative contract market. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and do my Instagram. Then after I do my Instagram, do my Facebook Live. So let's go there. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known by BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, in the county, state of Tennessee. Today's date is early Sunday morning, February the 23rd, 2020, time 2:57 a.m. First day, thank all my family, my support for your continued encouragement support. Anti-gang. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites that you can go to make anti-gang logo. First want to always give thanks to God for all the blessings and guidance that God provides us all with. Always give thanks to God. Always. Now, when it comes to street slang, gang plus stir and mob plus stir, Merriam-Webster's Third New International Dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, give you the complete and total definition and meaning of the word gang plus stir and mob plus stir. Then you have other street slang like boss, goon, thug, crook, hoodlum, mac, player, pimp, whore, hustler, nigga, field nigga, house nigga. It's street slang. Street slang in music, hip hop, rock and roll, swing, groove, jazz, blues, funk, doo-wop, and bebop. It's street slang. Street slang for money, currency exchange, bucks, rack, stack, band, bread, dough, scratch, loot, moolah, Benjamin, den, residence. It's street slang. Ain't nothing official, ain't nothing right about no street slang. Now the sorority and the fraternity, them old world secret societies from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, the ones that I draw the conclusion on, who not saying anything that I need to listen to or any human being on this earth need to listen to. The sorority of the United States Department of Justice. Hazing is a crime. The sorority and the fraternity use hazing in the initiation ritual. The sorority and the fraternity commit crime on and off campus. They use and abuse tobacco products. They indulge in gambling and gangs of change. They use and abuse alcohol and drugs. They indulge in immoral activities. They indulge in sexual deviance and pride. Don't let the sorority and the fraternity mislead you. As well as them old world secret societies from Africa, from Asia, from Europe. The persons that started the sorority and the fraternity renounced them. The whole concept and idea of the sorority and the fraternity, the old world secret society from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, denounce it. The sorority and fraternity work and they manage the businesses, companies, and corporations. They use and misuse the background check. They commit crimes against humanity, atrocities, violation of human rights and civil rights, inhumanity, genocide, ethnic cleansing, all forms of discrimination and harassment. They pollute the air, ground, water, as well as noise pollution. They destroy the environment, nature, and wildlife. Don't be misled by the sorority and the fraternity, and as well as them old world secret societies from Africa, from Asia, and from Europe. Now, the pre-13 continent history is very important. History before the 13 continents is very important. Harvard University is the oldest institution of higher learning in the United States, founded March 13, 1639 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. William and Mary College in Williamsburg, Virginia, founded February 8, 1693, the second oldest institution of higher learning in the United States of America. Phi Beta Kappa Society, founded December 5, 1776. The College of William and Mary is recognized as the first Greek letter student society in North America. Alpha Delta Pi, first sorority founded in 1851, Wesleyan College in Macon, Georgia. The first organization to adopt the word sorority was Gamma Phi Beta, established on November 11, 1874 at Syracuse University, Syracuse, New York. Now the first women's fraternity was at DuPont College, 18 something. Excuse me. Now, the basis of the sorority and the fraternity is them old world secret society from Africa, from Asia, and from Europe. For example, the Eastern Stars and the Freemasons. They talking about Euclid, the mathematician, lived in Alexandria, Egypt, 1390-1425, mentioned in the Hollowell manuscript, the Regis poem, the Cook manuscript, and the Dowling manuscript. Now, examples of them old world secret societies from Africa and from Asia and from Europe. Skull and Bones, Rosicrucians, the Sons of Liberty, the Thug Society, the Pride of Zion, the Order of Templar Orientals, the Knights of the Golden Eagle, the Women, the Ancient Arabic Order of the Nobles of the Mystic Shrine, the Approved Order of Redmond, the P.O. Sisterhood, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons, the Elks, the Loyal Order of Moose, the Bilderberg Group, the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights of Bethesda, Knights of Columbus, the Illuminati, the Forester Society, Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the Mystic Order of the Veil, Prophets of the Enchanted Ram, the United Order of the Golden Cross, United Ancient Order of Druid, the National Grain, the Ancient Order of Hermannans, the Opus Dei, the Knights Templar, the Scottish Rite. There's just a few, there's some more. The Spanish Guardian, the Carbonari, the Black Hand. You say Mafia, that's Afro-Asiatic. You say Cosa Nostra, that's Latin. The Triad, the Yakuza, the Osirica. There's just a few, there's some more. But they all telling the same damn lie. They all telling the same lie. They ain't saying nothing that no human being on this earth need to listen to. That's the reason why I draw the conclusion. Ain't none of these secret society, these sorority and these fraternity and these secret society for Africa, for Asia, for Europe, they ain't telling you nothing that you need to listen to. Talking about some damn Satanism and talking about some devil worship and cult. You do not need to listen to anything they have to say. You don't have to listen to. Read the 5 books of Moses and the 4 Gospels and them other books in the Old Testament, and read the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the book of Acts, the book of Hebrews, the book of James, 1st and 2nd. And read the book of 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the book of Acts, the book of James, the Hebrew, the book of Hebrews, the book of James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, the book of Jude, and the book of Revelation. Just exclude all that stuff Saul wrote because he was an occultist. He was a lying, murdering devil. Don't pay any attention to anything that he said. No human being on this earth got the right to take the word Satan out the Holy Bible and call it Satanism and then label yourself a Satanist. You ain't saying nothing that no human being on this earth got to listen to. Don't no human being have the right to take the word devil out the Holy Bible and call it devil worship and then label yourself a devil worship. You don't have that right. There's no such thing. And all that occult mess, it ain't no but a bunch of made up lies. You keep telling the same damn lie over and over again. All you doing is lying. No human being on this earth got to listen to any of that nonsense. It's all lies. Read the 5 books of Moses, and it tells you in the 5 books of Moses about that junk. And the other books in the Old Testament. Read Matthew and go to the New Testament and read the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You'll be just fine. You'll be all right. And also read the book of Acts. Read the book of Hebrews. Read the book of James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. Reading the book of Jude, the book of Revelation. You'll be all right. You're gonna be all right. You'll be just fine. Don't worry about that junk, them lies that Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul wrote. It's all lies. He was an occultist. And see, this is the reason why the history of Chicago is so important. See, the East Coast beach, you thought you got away. You've been acting like you got away, and you getting away. See, the history of Chicago, see, don't nobody from no damn East Coast got no business going around. Excuse me. Talking about you gonna leave the East Coast and then go to the city of Chicago in the state of Illinois. And then go leave the East Coast and go to other parts of the United States of America, listening to that damn Satanism and devil worship and the occult. You're making it hard on yourself. You ain't doing bringing damnation on yourself. That's all you're doing, bringing damnation on yourself. Because you ain't gonna get away with it. Doing background checks. That's the reason why the history of the past is so important, as well as history in the future. Background checks, past and present. You ain't getting away. The so-called, the history of Chicago, the so-called Blood Gang, the so-called Crip Gang, the so-called Bloodstone Villain, the so-called Limestone, and any other so-called gang, right? Doing background check, going to expose that East Coast bitch. That East Coast bitch will be exposed. You ain't getting away. Past and present, background check. That's what it was. You thought you could hide. And talking about you trying to hide in the city of Chicago, in the state of Illinois. when it got that bloodhound. You ain't getting away. You ain't that damn smart. And the bloodhound ain't that damn dog. You ain't no damn bat. Excuse me. Excuse me. all the folk nation. All the folk girls. You ain't gotta worry about no Satanism and labeling it. Some person walking around labeling themselves no Satanist. That's the most inhumane thing. And talking about the occult. You ain't got to worry about it. You don't need it. You don't need it. Read the 5 books of Moses, you'll be just fine. Read the and them other books in the Old Testament, you'll be just fine. And turn to the New Testament. Matthew, read the gospel, the 4 gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You'll be just fine. And you read the book of Acts, and also read the book of Hebrews, the book of James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, the book of Jude, the book of Revelation. You'll be just fine. All them lies that Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed apostle Paul, wrote, he was my cultist. You don't need none of that junk that he wrote. He was an occultist. And also all the people, all of my people nation, all the people girl, you don't need there ain't no such thing, taking the word Satan out the Holy Bible, calling it Satanism and labeling yourself a Satanist. There's no such thing as taking the word devil out the Holy Bible and calling it devil worship and labeling yourself a devil worship. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. That's the most inhumane. That's inhumanity. That's what that is. It's inhumanity. It's no, and all that occult junk. It all is a lie. You're telling the same lie that they've been telling for years. It's the same lie. You'll be just fine reading the 5 books of Moses. You'll be okay. It's okay. And the other books in the Old Testament, you'll be all right. And you turn to the New Testament and the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you'll be all right. You all right. The book of Acts, you're going to be all right. And the book of Hebrews, the book of James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, the book of Jude, and the book of Revelation, you'll be all right. Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, was an occultist. All them lies he told in those epistles that he wrote, they all lies. He was an occultist. You don't need to listen to any of that junk, them lies, that occult stuff. You don't need it. No human being on the earth need to listen to the occult. You don't need it. Now, this is the International Bill of Human Rights. this is the Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. And this is the Declaration of the Rights of the Child. And this is the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. The world's oldest human rights organization, Anti-Slavery International. The International Federation for Human Rights. The world's oldest international conservation organization, BirdLife International. Fauna and Flora International was the world's first international wildlife conservation organization. The world's oldest global environmental organization, International Union for Conservation of Nature, and also the World Wildlife Fund. Excuse me. And also Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, Global Rights Frontline, Defending Human Rights Without Frontier, the International Center for Human Rights. Conservation International, Wildlife Conservation Society, Conservation Fund, Illegal Conservation Folks, Earthwatch Institute, Conservancy Association, Earth Justice, Conservation Volunteers, Wildlife Conservation Network, Endangered Wildlife Trust, Biodiversity and Nature Conservancy Association, Rare Species Conservation Center, Wildlife Research and Conservation Trust, the Rainforest Trust, International Rainforest Conservation Organization, Rainforest Alliance, Rainforest Action Network. Biodiversity International, Earth Day Network, Environmental Defense Fund, Friends of the Earth, Friends of Nature, Greenpeace and Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Conservation Society, Soil and Water Conservation, Clean Water Action, World Water Council, Marine Conservation Institute, Marine Conservation Alliance, the Oceanic Preservation Society, Oceanic Society, Global Ocean Commission, the International Marine Life Alliance. Now, Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, he was a lying, murdering devil and occultist. He wrote all those epistles that they put in the New Testament. They were all lies. And the man-made religious organization, they used those epistles that Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, wrote. One of them, Romans chapter 16, verse 16, salute one another with the holy kiss. The church with the suffix ES of Christ salute you. And also, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 4. So that we ourselves glory in you in the church with the suffix ES of God for your patience and faith in all your persecution and tribulation that ye endure. The Catholic Church is a big lie. All them particular church, they lying. They lying. And all the Protestant Reformation movement churches, that's the Catholic Church. They all lying. The American Restoration movement, the Stone Temple movement, that's the Catholic Church. They lying. The Church of Christ is lying. That's a lie. It's wrong. There's no such thing. It's wrong. Don't listen. Don't listen. 5 books of Moses and the other books in the Old Testament. And go turn to the New Testament. The 4 Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The book of Hebrew, the book of James, 1st and 2nd Peter. Look, I'm telling you, you don't need, like I just told you don't need no human being on the earth need any of these lies. It's all lies. You don't need to listen. It's all lies. They tell the same lie over and over again. It's the same lie. You don't need it. Read the Holy Bible just to sum it all up and exclude those epistles that Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul. That's what he was. This is Saul from Tarsus, an occultist. He was an occultist. Excuse me. These are just a few of the free logo design websites. Then you go to make anti-gang logo. I'm gonna get ready to end my Instagram video, and I always put God first. I always put God first, and always remember, you don't need that Satan stuff, that devil worship, that's wrong, is inhumanity. And you don't need none of that occult stuff. You don't need it. Read your Holy Bible, just to sum it up. Read the Holy Bible, and you'll be all right. You're gonna be all right. Exclude all that junk in the Holy Bible. Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul. He was an occultist. He was an occultist. You don't need it. You don't need it. You read the Holy Bible and exclude all them lies. It's Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul. He was an occultist. And you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Should be about a minute. I know my Instagram finna end. I know about a minute. Here we go. I just ended my Instagram video, and now I'm gonna do my Facebook Live video. Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis and County Sheriff. It's in the state of Tennessee today. It's early Sunday morning, February the 23rd, 2020. Time 3:59 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support for your continued current support. Anti-gang. These are just a few of the free logo design websites that you can go to make anti-gang logo. Remember these words: coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, and psychological abuse. Now, Webster's Third New International Dictionary, the complete and total definition and meaning of the word gang, the act, manner, or means of going. Now that stupid sorority and that stupid fraternity, you're not saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. Saying sister in Latin and saying brother in Latin, you ain't saying nothing. But this is sister. And this is brother. Now this is Oxford English Dictionary, the complete and total definition and meaning of the word gang. Excuse me. Action or mode of going, way, passing, a set of things or person. That stupid sorority, that stupid fraternity saying sister and brother and lad. You ain't saying nothing. Now, the United States government enacted the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970. In Title IX of the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970, the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act, the RICO Act, is anti-gang. The Comprehensive Drug Abuse and Prevention and Control Act of 1970, the Controlled Substance Act, the Psychotropic Substance Act, the Continuing Criminal Enterprise Statute, the Kingpin Statute is all anti-gang. Now, the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act of 1974 established the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. There are other related legislation. The Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, and the Comprehensive Gang Model, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the Office of Justice Program, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the United States Department of Justice, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, and Project Safe Neighborhood, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Community-Oriented Policing Service, Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the International Narcotic Law Enforcement Affairs, the United States Department of State, the Institute for Intergovernmental Affairs, Gang Resistant Education and Training, the GREAT Program, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. In October 2009, the National Youth Gang Center, which had been funded by the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention since 1995, merged with the National Gang Center, which had been funded by the Bureau of Justice since 2003. The National Gang Center, compilation of state laws against gang prevention, overview research program of Mr. James A. the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, National Gang Center Bulletin. And the title of the bulletin, History of Street Gangs in the United States. You can also go to the quick reference, Wikipedia, and you can find the same information, gangs in the United States. The United States Department of Justice, the Office of the United States Attorney Manual 1457, Criminal Street Gang Statute 18, United States Code 521, the United States Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the National Gang Intelligence Center, the United States Department of Justice, the Organized Crime and Gang Section. You have other federal, state, and local agencies. The United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the National Institute of Justice, Anti-Gang Strategy, Prevention, Intervention, Assessment, and Suppression. The United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, the National Institute of Justice, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, Change of Course, Preventing Gang Membership, and also STRIVE, striving to reduce youth violence everywhere. The United States Department of Justice, United States Department of Education, United States Department of Health and Human Services, United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, United States Department of Labor, and the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, National Forum Youth Violence Prevention Forum. You can go to youth.gov and be informed about the National Forum Youth Violence Prevention Forum, as well as the Comprehensive Anti-Gang List and the Comprehensive Gang Model. The United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice System, National Crime Prevention Council, keeping kids out of gangs. And also, you can go the United States Department of Justice, hazing is a crime. Hazing is a crime. You can go to lawyers.com and be informed about anti-hazing. Screw me. Now this is a world map of all the people on the earth. Now these are the languages of Africa. Now these are the languages of Africa. And these are the languages of Africa. And these are the Afro-Asiatic language distribution. And this also is a map of the Afro-Asian language distribution. And this is also a Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. And this also is a Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. And this is the Niger-Congo language distribution map. And this also is a Niger-Congo language distribution map. Now, this is the Albanian language map. And this is the Baltic language map. And this is the Greek language map. And this is a Slavic language map. And this is the Altaic language map. This is the Euro Altain language map. And this is a Romanian language map. As you know, the Romanian language is a Latin Romance language, and Romania is also known in the Romanian language as Wallachia. Now, I did my video. I had an opportunity to be off last weekend on one day, and this weekend also had the opportunity to be off from work. So I was able to do my video, and like I said, I've been doing my video for quite a few years now, Saturday and Sunday, and in the process of doing my videos, been having to, look into all these things that people call themselves making choices and decisions upon. The Holy Bible. The Holy Bible is very influential on me as well as others. But you also look at this. For some apparent reason, people take this Holy Bible to use and misuse. You understand? They take the word Satan from the Holy Bible and they call it Satanism. And they label themselves a Satanist. They took the word devil from the Holy Bible. Holy Bible. They took the word devil from the Holy Bible and called it devil worship and labeled themselves a devil worship. Well, I draw the conclusion. Eric don't need to listen to no Satanists and no Satanism. Eric don't need to listen to no devil worship and no devil worshiper. What Eric want to do is kill. Eric want to kill. I'm not just saying I want to kill. And the so-called occult, the occultists, is based on the Holy Bible. They use and misuse the Holy Bible. You understand? I got it right here. You know that's a lie. You know it's a lie. I want to kill you. I want to kill you. I'm not playing with you. I want to kill you. I'm telling you. See, this is how you know you don't need none of this junk. Western esotericism, Western mystery tradition, Hermetism, Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, Rosicrucianism, Freemasonry, Age of Enlightenment, Spiritualism, Kabbalah, Macrocosm, Microcosm, Arcane, Occult, Exoteric. And they all lumped there together. See, there come a time when you draw a conclusion. I don't need it. I don't need that junk. Because see, it's all lie. You telling the same lie over and over again. That's all you're doing, lying. The occult, occultism, arcane, it's esoteric, spiritualism, theosophy, anthroposophy, Hermetic order of the Golden Dawn, New Age, occult sciences, astrology and alchemy and natural magic, the occult qualities, magnetism. Man, I'm telling you, don't need it. All you doing lying. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. You trying to make yourself sound like you intelligent. Trying to get you a PhD in astrology. Trying to fool everybody with your PhD. You're not fooling me. Only thing you making me do is mad. Making me want to kill you. And usually, and most likely, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna end up getting your ass killed. Okay? See, like I said last week. See, the whole time I've been making my video, the East Coast bitch been sitting over there on the East Coast, going around. And this ain't just started recently. See, this is something. This is something that they've been doing for many years. See? They've been doing this for many years. And see, they're trying to do the same thing they did over there in Tarsus. Trying to use some place on the earth as a base for the occult. So they're trying to use the East Coast as a base for the occult. Then they leave the East Coast and try to move around. You bring condemnation upon yourself. You bring condemnation on yourself. You over there on the East Coast, you acting like you're getting away. I've been monitoring you, and I've been observing you. I've been watching you the whole time. See, I draw the conclusion. See, Eric don't need no Satanism. Eric not no Satanist. Eric don't need no devil worship, because Eric not no devil worship. I know better. I know better. That's wrong. That's wrong. See, Eric not no occultist. Eric know better. The occult is wrong. And how I know it's wrong? The Holy Bible. I know it's wrong. Read the 5 books of Moses. Read the 5 books of Moses. And them other books in the Old Testament. But mainly, read the 5 books of Moses. And then read them other books in the Old Testament. And mainly, When you go to the New Testament, the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and then read the book of Acts, and you'll be just fine. You'll be all right. You don't need no occult. You don't need it. See, Aaron don't need that. Read the Holy Bible, and then them other books in the New Testament, the book of Hebrews, the book of James, the 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, the book of Jude, and the book of Revelation. Read them books, you'll be all right. Now, Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, a lying, murdering devil. He was an occultist. Those epistles that he wrote, it's the occult. They lies. He was lying. You don't need it. Now, they put that junk in there. The occultists put that junk in there. It's all lies. You don't need it. Now, people on the East Coast going around playing. See, we tried to hide in Chicago, the state of Illinois. When they got the bloodhound found that East Coast bitch. Found it. It's a good girl. It's a good boy. The bloodhound's a good girl. She a good girl. He a good boy. There you go. He found that East Coast bitch. There you go. And see, when I did my video last week, I forgot to give a toast to the bloodhound. But I want to remember a toast to the bloodhound. To the bloodhound. See, people make choices. People make decisions. And see, you make choices and decisions based on Satanism, devil worship, the occult. Aaron made choices and decisions based on the Holy Bible. See, you ain't gonna make it. You asking to be killed. You wanna die. You want Eric to kill. That's all it is. You want Eric to kill. And most likely, that's what's gonna happen. Most likely, that's what's gonna happen. See, ain't no excuse. There's no excuse for your ignorance. There's no excuse for your ignorance. None whatsoever. It ain't no excuse for your ignorance. Only thing you're doing is making Eric mad. All you doing. That's all you doing. See? And you're gonna get what you deserve. You're gonna get what you deserve. You're gonna be held accountable and responsible for your ignorance. Gonna kill you. See, like I said, I've been monitoring, I've been observing, I've been watching the East Coast. I've been watching. I didn't say anything. But I've been watching. And see, you act like you getting away. Yeah, you do. You act like you getting away. See, that's the reason why I told you. See, I'm gonna start dealing with your ass in the jail. And I was watching. You act like ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. You act like you getting away. I said, okay. 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 I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna hurt them up. I'm gonna start in the jail. In the federal penitentiary. I'm gonna start getting you East Coast bitches. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get you. And then from the federal penitentiary, I'm gonna go to the state penitentiary. See, I'm gonna do background checks. See, you thought you were getting away. See, background check, past and present. Past and present. Federal jail, state jail, and local jail. I got my eye on in the local jail, the state jail on the East Coast. From Maine, from the state of Maine all the way to the state of Florida. I got my eye on it. I've been watching you the whole time. I got my eye on it. In the state penitentiary. In the local jail. Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, no. Okay. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. You got a big mouth. You got a big mouth. And your mouth gonna get you in some serious trouble. Your mouth gonna get you in some serious trouble. I'm telling you, your mouth gonna get your ass killed. Gonna get you killed. Now, and so, like I said, in the federal penitentiary, gonna get your ass. East Coast bitch. And don't forget, in the federal jail, in the jail, excuse me, on that BET, so-called American gangster, what's his name, Leroy, Nicky Barnes, Larry Davis, Rayford Edmonds, Guy Fisher, Cornell Jones, Kendall Supreme McGriff, Robert Midget Molly, Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, Philly Black Mafia, the Shower Pots in Jamaica, Chaz Williams, Melvin Williams. I'm watching. Now, excuse me. Okay, we have here a list of place names of Native American origin in the United States. For example, state names: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Connecticut, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, North and South Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. And also scroll down all the way to the bottom, and you'll see C also, and you'll see a list of place names of indigenous origin in the Americas. Now piracy, and the pirates. See, this is the reason why over there in Tarsus, in the past, all that, what was we, Satanism, took the word Satan out of the Holy Bible, took the word devil, out the Holy Bible and all that junk you made up, all that occultism. See, all them lies you made up. Now, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the National Gang Center Bulletin. And the title of that bulletin, is History of Street Gangs in the United States. And it was written by Mr. James C. Howell and Mr. John P. Moore. And then you can go to the quick reference, Wikipedia, and you'll find the same information, and it'll be titled Gangs in the United States. He said, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get ready and end this video, part 1, and then I'm gonna start part 2. Then I'll continue on my video. But like I said, the Holy Bible is all that we need. The Holy Bible. Every human being should have a Holy Bible, and that's all you need. That's the point. See, like I said, I've been sitting here making my videos on Saturday, Sunday, and well as other days when I had an opportunity. And when I had an opportunity to make my video, that's the point I was making. Man, don't nobody need to hear that nonsense you be saying. Satanism. Took the word Satan out the Holy Bible and called it Satanism, and labeled yourself a Satanist. Took the word devil out the Holy Bible and called it devil worship, and call yourself and label yourself a devil worshiper. That's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And then all that occult stuff, that Western esotericism mess, man, that stuff is wrong. It's wrong. You took information out of the Bible and distorted it. All you doing is lying. All you doing is lying. Nobody need to hear that. See, that's the reason why I draw the conclusion. Everyone don't need to listen to no Satanism, no devil worship, and no occult. Eric don't need to listen. And no human being on the earth need to listen to no Satanism, to no devil worship, and don't need to listen to the occult. Don't need to. Don't need to. I draw the conclusion. All Eric needs and all any human being on this earth needs is the Holy Bible. And that's excluding all them lies that Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, wrote. He was about the lying, murdering devil and occultist. So like I said, I'm gonna get ready to end part 1 of today's video. And then I'm gonna start part 2. And it'll be dated February 23rd, 2020.